Hello, ballroom dance friends. Today is a part 2, answering a question in one of the comments from our ballroom dance friend, Camille. And she asked, Sunny, I have so many questions that are irrelevant to my lessons, so I don't ask my instructors. Nice to be able to learn about non-dance stuff elsewhere. Can you talk a little bit about how to use mixed proficiency as a true amateur mixed level couple? It seems like in effect, it's used in teacher-student situations. But if there's a huge proficiency difference, in my only local partner dance option, can we use it for a while? Even if they are ultimately our regular partner? So in the last video, I described all these different divisions that you can enter, different categories: pro-am, amateur, mixed proficiency, teacher-student. There's another division called student-student, which is 2 amateur dancers that maybe are not good enough to enter syllabus yet, and they can enter single dance events at NDCA competitions. That division does not exist in the USA Dance sanctioned competitions. And there's another division called teacher-teacher. Now, I've never seen that done in an NDCA sanctioned comp. However, I have seen that division in unsanctioned, smaller local competitions. And what teacher-teacher is, it's for when you have 2 professionals dancing together, but one is more of an elite level coach and the other is more of a social level teacher. And as I have shared in previous videos, the vast majority of ballroom dance teachers are not capable of teaching competitors. They are social level teachers. And I'm not throwing shade at that level of instructor. They are the lifeblood of our industry. They get people excited about ballroom dance. They offer inexpensive lessons. And they can be just as popular, if not more popular, than championship level pros. I've had a couple social level pros who've taught in my studio when I owned a dance studio for many, many years that were totally fully booked, and they only knew the bronze figures. So there's something to be said about charisma, professionalism, and just being a good teacher. Okay, so teacher-teacher, this is when that low-level teacher, I use that term loosely, competes with the higher level teacher in that non-sanctioned competition. Every time I've seen that, it has been an uncontested category. I would say that is probably the least popular category in the United States. I don't think it even exists outside of the United States. However, if you're watching us, if you're one of our international ballroom dance friends, hey, comment below. I'd be interested to hear what the different categories are in your home country. I'd love to learn that, as I'm sure our other dance friends here from around the world would love to learn that as well. Okay, so now to delve into the how do I kind of transition from this mixed proficiency partnership into a real quote unquote partnership where you're the same level. Okay, in my experience, I have personally never seen an amateur partner that is mixed proficiency end up becoming an amateur couple partnership where they're both the same skill level. I have a couple dark theories behind that. Number one is just greed. I think that higher level amateur enjoys getting your money, because every time I've seen that category, that higher level student is being paid by the lower level student, and they just don't want to give up that income. Hopefully I'm wrong, but that's my sneaking suspicion. Okay, I have dark theory number 2 on this, which might also come into play. In my opinion, all dancers think they are better than they actually are. And so that higher level amateur who thinks they are God's gift because they're pre-champ and you're bronze, so they don't feel you're worthy of being their, pre-champ partner. As I have shared in previous videos about partnering, in my opinion, the skill level matters. Really not. It doesn't. It's much more about having commensurate goals, comparable schedules, agreeing on a budget, agreeing on who you're going to take lessons with, how many hours a week you're going to practice, which competitions you'll do, which styles you'll do. If you just get along, the current skill level doesn't mean diddly squat if you don't agree on the goals and you do not have productive practices. Secondly, regardless of the difference in skill level, unless you're truly talking about like an open level pro and a beginning level amateur, this you can make up with time, okay? Because you're going to take coaching together, and that lower level dancer will quickly come up to the higher level dancer's skill level. So that's my 2 cents in that area. Now, regarding the professional divisions, I have only seen that twice in my life, where the amateur student ends up turning pro and partnering with their pro teacher. Same reasons. I actually, in that case, I think the pros are reluctant just because they're greedy. Again, don't throw shade at me, pros. That's just an opinion. No one's actually said that to me. It's just what I suspect. But in both cases, there was a romantic relationship involved where the student ended up marrying the teacher. And in that case, that they did, the teacher did partner dump, quote unquote, their current partner, and in pursuit of the romantic relationship with that student, and then later actually professionally partnered with them. Honestly, I can think of a third time I've seen that. Those first 2 couples actually did pretty well together. This third example I can think of did not go well. He was really an elite level champion, took on a student who he had a romantic relationship with, and his dancing actually dropped down to her level. So I just thought that was an interesting little personal story I'd share with you. So my question for you, Camille, is for this potential partner you're thinking about doing mixed proficiency with, I think if you are not paying him, the odds are quite good that you're going to catch up to his skill level very quickly, assuming you take lessons with a better coach together. If you're only dancing with that partner as your amateur teacher, you're never going to get to the skill level of your teacher, okay? Which means you're always going to be his subordinate and, in my opinion, have a very difficult, if not impossible, task of working your way up to his skill level. So if you're serious about becoming partners, I would talk to him about that. Just have a heart-to-heart conversation. And then as soon as possible, pursue coaching together with a better coach. Hopefully you have one locally that you can dance with. Now it could be that this mixed proficiency partner has no interest in partnering with you in a partnership of parity where you're both entering gold, you're both entering novice, etc. In which case, hopefully, I imagine he would be honest with you. And in that case, it's not a bad thing to still partner with this person, especially if prom is the only thing, or is not in your budget, and dancing with this amateur is the only thing within your budget, because you're still going to become a better dancer. And the better we become, the more marketable we become to other people. And the ballroom dance community you see in your town this year in all honesty, it's going to be totally different people in 5-6 years. I know that sounds crazy. It's unimaginable, but there is a natural turnover. You will have experienced dancers that you are not expecting move to town. So there is always more fish in the sea if this partner does not work out for you as your new kind of equal level amateur partner. So Camille, I hope that helps. And friends, I hope that's been interesting to you as well. I thought it was a very good question she asked. I so truly appreciate when you guys comment and ask questions, because most of the time I spend on this channel is actually just hours pontificating over, gosh, what do they want to hear about next? I'm actually a barrel full of a lifetime of information of ballroom dance experience in lessons and social dancing and competition, newcomer, amateur through professional championship, teacher, studio owner, competing pro-am as the pro. There's not much I couldn't share stories about with you and share a little more helpful info, but it certainly is so helpful when you send me in the right direction. I feel like I'm shooting blind sometimes. So thanks so much, Camille, and thank you, all of you, for joining me today. And if you like all things ballroom dance, we touch on different topics every day. So if you like it, subscribe, and we will see you in the morning. Happy dancing, guys. Toodles.